I'm 65 now, and these days I avoid people, not out of anger, not out of resentment, but because something shifted inside me, quietly over time like the changing of the seasons. You don't always notice it happening, not at first. But one day you wake up and realize that your view of life, of relationships, and of time itself has changed. For most of my life, I was the person who showed up. I was the one you could count on. I remembered birthdays, called to check in, attended gatherings even when I didn't feel like it. Friends, family, neighbors, everyone seemed to fit into this busy network of connections I maintained. I gave and gave, not because I was forced to, but because I believed it was the right thing to do. I thought that being available, being dependable, meant I was living a good life. But something happens when you reach this age. Time no longer stretches endlessly in front of you. You start to feel its weight. It becomes precious in a way you never imagined. When I was younger, time felt like an overflowing river. There was always more of it coming. But now I see every hour, every morning, every evening walk as a gift I can't afford to waste. It wasn't fear that changed me. It was wisdom. These days, when I wake up and drink my morning coffee, I do it slowly. I notice the warmth of the cup in my hands, the scent, the silence around me. I find myself walking more often, taking in the colors of the sky, the feeling of wind against my face. These little things, which once passed me by in a blur, now feel like treasures. And when I do spend time with someone, when I sit down for a real conversation with someone who sees me, not just hears me, it means more than a dozen shallow exchanges. That's why I started letting go of the noise, the busyness, the relationships that drained me instead of nourishing me. I don't go to every social gathering anymore. I don't answer every invitation with a yes. I don't engage in small talk just to fill the silence. These days, I seek out depth. I want to be where I can be myself, where I'm valued not for what I offer but for who I am. And here's the thing, it's not about isolating myself. It's about honoring this stage of my life, honoring my energy, my peace, and the moments I still have. I've learned to ask myself, does this bring me joy? Does this align with who I am now? If the answer is no, I let it go. This isn't bitterness. It's not rejection, it's clarity. Because not every relationship is meant to last forever. People change. We change. And that's not a failure, it's just life. I used to believe that a good person keeps every relationship going. That loyalty meant holding on, no matter how much it hurt. I remembered every birthday, every milestone. I reached out, even when my own cup was empty. But over time, I began to see the truth. Not all relationships are created equal. Some lift you up, others weigh you down. I've been disappointed. I've been let down by people I loved. Friends I thought would be there forever. Family members who grew distant, who no longer saw me in their vision of life. For a long time, I blamed myself. I asked what I'd done wrong. Could I have tried harder? But no, that's not always how it works. Sometimes people simply grow apart. Sometimes they outgrow you or you outgrow them. And that's okay. That's normal. That's human. One of the most liberating things I've learned is this. Healthy relationships feel mutual. You don't have to constantly prove your worth or chase someone's affection. A good relationship is a balance of giving and receiving. It's a place where you feel heard, seen, valued. My circle has grown smaller, but oh, how much richer it is now. The people still in my life, they're the ones who matter. The ones who understand me, accept me, laugh with me, sit with me in silence when words aren't needed. These are the people I keep close. I think about the ones who have fallen away. Old friends, family I barely speak to now, Sometimes there's a sting of nostalgia. I remember the good times, the memories we made. But instead of regret, I feel something else, gratitude. Those relationships shaped me. They were part of my journey, but not every chapter is meant to last forever. I've come to trust that, to accept it. And speaking of trust, how complicated that has become. I used to trust easily. I gave people the benefit of the doubt. I assumed good intentions. I opened my heart quickly and fully. But age brings experience, and experience brings caution. I've been hurt by people I thought would protect me. Friends who only stuck around when they needed something. Family who judged instead of supported. Colleagues who smiled to my face and cut corners behind my back. These moments leave scars. They make you think twice. Now I don't give trust so freely. I watch, I listen, I take my time. It's not that I've closed myself off. It's that I've learned to protect my peace. And more than that, I've learned to trust myself. If something doesn't feel right, I honor that feeling. I don't shove it aside or explain it away. I walk away if I need to, even if the relationship is long-standing. I've learned the cost of ignoring those inner nudges. But trust isn't gone, it still exists. It's just slower, softer. It grows quietly over time. And when I do find it in the kind gesture of a neighbor, the honest smile of a stranger, the loyal presence of a true friend, I don't take it for granted. The world around me has changed too. It's louder now, busier, faster, more connected yet more disconnected than ever. I remember when neighbors were like family. We'd visit without calling first. We'd bring over coffee, share meals, sit on front porches and talk for hours. Now even families feel more distant. Technology connects us across the miles, but sometimes it feels like we're further apart than ever. Video calls are nice, sure, but they don't replace the feeling of sitting beside someone, of hearing their laugh in real time, of reaching out and holding their hand. Everything feels rushed. Everyone's chasing something. And sometimes it feels like genuine connection got left behind somewhere. So I've stepped away from that noise. I've chosen to slow down, to return to what feels real. Face-to-face conversations, quiet walks, evenings spent watching the sky change colors. These moments don't need to be posted or liked or shared. They just need to be lived. And then there's solitude, that misunderstood, beautiful thing. When I was younger, I feared being alone. I thought it meant something was wrong, that I'd failed somehow. But now I know better. Solitude is not loneliness. Loneliness aches. Solitude soothes. In solitude, I hear my own thoughts clearly. I reflect. I rest. I grow. Sitting alone on my porch with tea in hand and the wind whispering through the trees, I've felt more whole than I ever did at some crowded party. These quiet moments let me make peace with my past. I think back on my life, not to dwell, but to honor it. The lessons, the joys, the regrets, the beauty. It all adds up to who I am now, and I like that person. Ironically, solitude has made me more appreciative of the people I do let in. When I spend time with someone now, I'm fully there, present, engaged, grateful. I'm not thinking about the next thing or checking my phone. I'm savoring. That's why I've chosen to avoid people. Not everyone, but certain ones. The ones who drain, demand, disrespect. The ones who expect without giving. The ones who complain endlessly, gossip constantly, or only reach out when they need something. Avoiding people isn't cruel. It's necessary. It's how I protect my peace. It took me decades to learn this, to understand that my time matters, that my energy is finite, that I deserve relationships that are rooted in respect and care. These days, I no longer stretch myself thin just to meet expectations. Instead, I pour myself into the relationships that matter, the ones that feel easy and kind and mutual. No games, no guilt, just real, warm connection. Some people don't understand. That's okay. They don't have to. I've learned not to explain myself to everyone. The people who get it, they don't need explanations. And I know I'm not alone in this. The more I talk to others my age, the more I realize we're all feeling it. This desire to simplify, to go deeper, not wider, to protect what little time we have left, to let go of what doesn't serve and lean into what does. Many of us spent years trying to be everything to everyone. Now we realize we don't have to. We can choose peace. We can choose clarity. We can choose ourselves. If you're feeling this shift, know that it's okay. It's not selfish, it's wise, and you're not alone. This chapter of life isn't about counting how many people you have around you. It's about cherishing the few who truly see you. It's about presence over performance, stillness over chaos, truth over obligation. And in that choice, there is freedom. There is joy. There is life.